What's going on, guys? It's Nate. Today we're going to talk about 4 tips to get the perfect one-handed backhand. Taking a look at Mr. Federer back here. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is taking the racket back with the racket head up. As you can see here, this is really important because we want to make sure that we're creating leverage over the ball. Now, most of us know that, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but what I do want to talk about is allowing the non-dominant hand, so as a righty, your left hand, to do the heavy lifting. And so when we're taking the racket back with the racket head up, it's important that the non-dominant hand is drawing the racket all the way back. All right, so sometimes we have a tendency to want to make the movement with our right shoulder and allow our right hand, as if we're dominant with the right hand, to do the work. We want to get the coil on our one-handed backhand just like we would on our forehand. So our non-dominant hand does that work. Not only does it coil, it also helps us stay loose. Now let's talk about the direction to the ball, right? So part of what allows the racket to drop back, as we see here on Roger, is the angle in which he's approaching the ball. So what you can see here is his shoulder, as this ball is coming in, he closes his shoulder to the ball, as you can see there. Let me get that even for you, right? So he's actually turning his shoulder to the ball in order to make sure that he has more coil. Now, this is done in 2 parts. One, because of the way the left hand, the non-dominant hand, is taking the racket back, but also, if you watch his front foot, it's him taking his foot over and across, as you can see there. Got the toe, didn't get the circle perfect, but you got the toe. So it's him stepping across, and this is allowing the racket to work outside of D alignment. All right, so outside of D alignment, if you would, that's just simply that the racket, if you imagine the base of the D being over here, the racket works on the outside and then comes back around. All right, some nice little cursive lines there for you. All right, now, so what happens if the ball is coming more towards you? Well, in that instance, I'll back up here. Roger would take his left foot and he would step back, okay? So it's the same exact thing. As the ball is coming in, he's stepping back in order to keep the ball on the side of his body, but also in order to keep the shoulders closed towards the ball. So far we have starting with the racket up, starting with the racket up, let the left hand, your non-dominant hand, do the heavy lifting, right hand for you lefties, and then stepping across, closing the shoulder to the ball. And then finally, the Federer finish, we want to make sure that from contact, we pinch the scapular. And I want to zero in here. The scapular, right, between the shoulders and the back here, you can see on Federer's shirt that crinkling, right? He is engaging and pinching the shoulders, and this is what we like to refer to as spreading the wings. All right, so from this scapular stretch for this pinch, the arms straighten out, the non-dominant hand sets back for counterbalance, and the finish, you'll see here, the racket finishes off, well, through the swing path, it starts to slow down with the racket tip, grab the only racket that I have available, with the racket tip finishing to here. But then what happens is it's accentuated and it starts to come around, but this is a byproduct of Federer's feet also starting to come around. You can see that toe and hip starting to uncoil, and then we see the racket facing back towards the back fence, and that is full extension. Sometimes players try to reach this position where the racket's in the back fence, where it's facing this way, by staying entirely closed. Don't do it because you're going to hurt yourself. Focus on keeping the racket to the side, and then as your foot comes around, let it uncoil so the racket tip faces the back wall. So in summation, start with the racket up, allow your non-dominant hand to do the heavy lifting. Make sure you step across or step back, either which way, to make sure that you get your back to the ball, and then make sure you pinch the scapular when you spread those wings. And if you do those four things, you're gonna have a great one-handed backhand. May not be perfect like Roger's, but it's gonna be pretty damn good. Guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, hit subscribe, share it with someone that could use some help. I just switched over to a one-hander a year ago to due to an injury. I could have used some help, so I would have appreciated any tips that I could have gotten. Fortunately, I teach the one-hander, so I knew a little bit. So with that being said, if you're looking for unlimited instruction, check out our platform where there's the Vault, where we itemize, categorize every piece of instruction to help you progress to the next level. As well, we help you meet players in your area for practice or match play. That is going to be a link in the comment section, so definitely give that a look. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.